Ah, fuck. My hands. Today we'll be changing my VTC and VTEC solenoid gaskets. Now I went over to Elusive Racing and picked these up for $86. These are Honda genuine gaskets, so it's strictly advised to use Honda only, not anything else. But yeah, total was 86. This is the part number for this one. Of course, this one doesn't say it, but this one is Honda genuine. Now these do look small, they do look insignificant, but these guys do tend to be a fairly common point with the K series. Instead of paying whatever 200 or more, whatever mechanical charge, I'm going to show you how to do it for just 80 bucks and probably an hour of your time. All right, guys, so we're going to start with the VTC. It's on the front side, and if you guys, it sits right in there. It's like a little rectangle looking thing. But first, to access that, we need to take off our power steering pump and our tensioner. So what we have here, 14mm wrench. Just gotta slide it in there, and then we can slide our belt off this little pulley down here. Now we're not gonna slide the whole belt off, we're just gonna slide it off this little pulley and then just tuck it under here. Just get that out the way. Now we can begin to take off our power steering pump. So we have one bolt in here and another one down there. Now we're not gonna disconnect the hoses. We're just gonna take it off, set it aside to make some room. All right, so we got a 12mm bolt down here. Just gonna break that loose. It's on there tight, so we're just gonna move the power steering reservoir out of the way. Now this isn't bolted down. You can just slide it out and just tuck it in here to get some more room and clearance. Okay. So this is the bolt, all right, from the power steering pump. So I'm gonna set that aside to its own little designated place. So I know that when I put it back, it goes on the power steering, not the tensioner. Now this one is a bit grimy, so I think definitely something is leaking down there, but it looks like oil, doesn't look like power steering fluid, so that's good. Just before we take the power steering pump up, there's another bracket up there that you can take off. So just so that you can move the pump a bit better, move around our power steering pump. So I'm gonna bring it, I think, over here. So I'm gonna set it aside right here. Next part is the tensioner. Now this one is a bit more tight with that bolt under there. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that little 14mm nut there first. To loosen it, you gotta pull the other way. Yep, okay. And then just make sure you, because there's a nut behind you, so you gotta make sure that you get the nut. Okay. Where's the nut? Okay. So that's our pulley off. I'm gonna set this aside. I'm not gonna take the bolt out. I'm just gonna leave it here. And now to undo the tensioner, we have one bolt here, another one in the middle, and one all the way down there. Okay. Now just be careful with this. It looks almost identical. And just be careful with this bolt. It looks almost identical to the ones on the power steering. Actually, no, I think they are identical, but it's still good not to mix them up. So. Okay, so this is one. Just remember the order you put them in as well. That's the middle one. And this last one is all the way in there. Okay, so we just broke the bolt. I used a little this to get under it. Highly recommend using one of those. A quarter breaker bar or ratchet just doesn't give enough leverage. So yeah, this is definitely much better alternative. All right, guys. So this, yeah, it is mad filthy under here. This probably has like years of just old build up. Okay, so we have the bolt. So that is our tensioner out. Okay, this is the bolt under there, and you guys can probably see something is definitely leaking. It is like filthy down there. Holy. Okay, I'm gonna give this a good clean with brake cleaner, but before we do, we're gonna change out the gaskets. This is the thing that we are looking for. Now, if we just take a general look on why it's so dirty, something has been leaking, so I'm pretty sure it's coming from here. This also up here also looks a bit dirty, so I think my valve cover gaskets might be going soon as well. Okay, so you just gotta be really careful with these because these are attached to the aluminum block and you do not want to strip those threads. Ah, fuck! My hands. Should be able to just take this off. Okay, this is our old VTEC gasket. Now I'm gonna get a catch pan, so I'm gonna pour all this leftover oil out. All right, guys, so we got our VTEC off. Yeah, this one was definitely 100% leaking. Now, if you guys just look up like that, you can see this is basically flat. Now, this is not supposed to be normal. It's supposed to be kind of sitting slightly above the actual gasket thing, so actually so probably. So this is definitely one source of the leak. Now, I'm not sure about my VTEC solenoid, so I'm gonna have to check that as well. But yeah, take a look at that. This is bone flat dry. Okay. Also, if we're just looking, you can see around the edges up here, it is just grime. Okay, it is just grime. So yeah, this thing was definitely leaking, and I think it's situated like this. It's leaking from the sides. Everything was just pouring down all over there. So hey, it's good that we found this. Now we're gonna switch this out. I did buy some brake cleaner, so we're gonna clean this out with brake cleaner, and yeah, hopefully it fixed the problem. All right, so now that we've got this off, we're gonna try and get this old gasket out. Now it's gonna be hard because it is pretty stuck on there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get something sharp and hopefully pry it out. Maybe like a toothpick or something. Okay, that's our old gasket off. All right, now the new one. Before we put it on, again, we're gonna spray everything down with brake cleaner again. Make sure it's clean all around on the outside. That is our thing on. So now we can go ahead and put a new filter on. Now I don't think there's a right way or a wrong way to put this on, so I'm just gonna put this on how I see it. Now this should just be a direct fit. So yeah, once that's on there, push it down, get it nice and snug. It should not come off, should not move. We're gonna go ahead and clean this with a brake cleaner. Ideally, you want to spray away from the alternator, so I'm gonna only spray that way. I'm not gonna spray towards the alternator part of the sauce. We're gonna spray onto the microfiber material. Just give it a good wipe, including on top of the alternator. Don't forget that. All right, so just before we put it back on, we're gonna go ahead and wipe down the mating surface with some brake cleaner on a microfiber towel. So spray your brake cleaner on there and just wipe the surface. Now, make sure the surface is clean. Then we can go ahead and chuck our thing back on. Now, I'm also gonna clean the screws as well while I'm here. And once that's on, we can go ahead and reinstall our VTEC. Screws should be just like that. Hand screw it. Remember, hand screw it. This is attached to an aluminum block, so you do not want to shift the threads. Now we're going to torque these down. Of course, there's no specified Honda torque for this, I don't think. From what I've gathered online, there's no actual specification, so I'm just going to use the torque specs for the VTEC solenoid. Now, because they share the same bolts and they are both locked into aluminum block, I'm going to use that, and that is 11 Newton meters of torque. Torque that down to spec. I've got a quarter drive here. I'm going to clean this area again on brake cleaner just for the one last time, just so that in case if it does leak or if I didn't install it right, I can tell. Spray across this with brake cleaner. Okay, so just before we install our tensioner, now if you guys can see, my tensioner is also really filthy. So we're going to go ahead and clean this with brake cleaner as well. Yeah, just going to be generous about it. Get all of that dirt and debris off. This is just years of build up. Okay, I think this thing has been leaking for years, and the last owner just didn't bother to fix it, or just didn't care, to be honest. But you know, these cars deserve the love, the care, even though they're getting up there in their age. You know, taking good care of these cars can go a long way. This is looking much better than before. Of course, I can't get all the dirt off, but that's again no biggie because I'm gonna be doing an engine bay wash anyway. So this is gonna get cleaned down eventually. So yeah, we can go ahead and reinstall this. And yeah, should be pretty simple and just the opposite of what we did. Alright guys, so I went down to Bunnings and picked up a new nut because I couldn't find my old one. Now it is M10. So if that's the nut you're looking for, it is M10 now. These are unknown with the grade, so it's a temporary solution until I can find my actual nut. So yeah, but this should hold up. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall our tensioner. I'm gonna slide the middle one in first. Yeah, just hand thread the middle one in. Okay, so I'm gonna set at 22. Now that's on, we can go ahead and install our pulley. Now, just like before, you want to slide the nut. Should be situated right in there. So you just hold it with one hand so it doesn't fall out again. We're gonna go ahead and torque this to 44. Okay, once that's done, we can go back and check our power steering on. And just before we do, I'm gonna wipe it down. Alright, now with the power steering. Again, it's 2 bolts, same torque spec, 22 Newton meters. Slide that in there, just hand thread that in. Let's find the other hole's down here. You can also slide your power steering reservoir back on. Alright, now we torque this down. This is also 22 Newton meters, so what is down here? Chuck our reservoir back on. Oh, actually no, put our belts on first. Alright guys, so we have everything back on. Power steering, I put the belt on. Tensioner, the nut should hold. I did buy a few just in case if it does fall off while I'm driving. But yeah, hopefully my old nut falls out somewhere and I can replace this one. But yeah, we're gonna start doing the VTEC solenoid. Now this one is a bit harder to record for me just because it's all the way back there, but I'm gonna try and find a spot. Okay, so this is our VTEC solenoid, this thing right here. You can see I did check under, it is leaking under, but essentially 3 bolts, you disconnect the top and then you can just take it right off. So alright guys, I can't take the actual VTEC solenoid off because the plastic clip thing that clips the wires in is on there pretty good and I don't want to break it. But yeah, so I got the old gasket off. The only reason how I got this off is because when I took the solenoid off, this was baked onto the engine block, so it wasn't even in the solenoid. So it was like just hard stuck on there. So you guys can pretty tell this is definitely the source of the leak. But yeah, holy Jesus Christ. Alright, so that's the solenoid done. You guys can see it's down there. So that one was pretty bad. Yeah, apologies for not being able to show the pressures because I physically cannot fit anything down there. But a tip is remove your heat shield first. That'll give you more room for access to the bolts. So now depends on your car, but for the Accord Euro, you have all these stuff here, so you're not gonna get much clearance if you have your heat shield on. So you can just take it off, set it aside, and yeah, other than that, everything else pretty straightforward. Yeah, I'll also be cleaning my photo body in the next video, so stay tuned for that. Well, and then that'll be the end of this video, so see ya.